Recording in progress. Let me see. Mare, it says I'm the only one here.
You must give information to participants that we are
yes,
going to be connected soon.
Now. Namaste. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Good morning from South Africa. It's a very good morning. Sanbonani, we behold the divine in you. And good morning from the beautiful country of Ghana. Brother Ishmael, it is our pleasure and great honor to welcome all of you to this very empowering seminar on growing the empowered child. Before we ask Brother Ishmael to open us in prayer, I'd like to just make a brief introduction of who we are blessed with to be here with us this beautiful morning. Brother Ishmael is, it's just one of those awesome souls that when you have come into contact with him, you'll never be the same again. He's a spiritual teacher. He's an international New Thought, African mysticism teacher. He has authored more than 34 books on self-empowerment, on divine consciousness, on planetary peace. And one of his greatest works that I really enjoyed, and I think if you come into contact with it, it will transform your life. It's soul processing. Soul processing. He's come up not only with the teachings, but with the technologies on how to, the practical aspect, how to evolve the soul. And Growing the Empowered Child is a book, a wonderful book. I've got it here, and I encourage you, if you can, to buy this book. We have it at Unity Center of Love and Light. And the reason why we decided to have this in honoring our past president, Nelson Mandela. We all know his love for children. And one of his quotes is, a society is actually judged by how it treats its children. And we know what is happening in society right now, especially in the South African community, about our children. It is sad, it is very, very sad to see, our children right now, children are being sold, children are missing, we're dealing with broken families, we're dealing with children that are even murdered by their own parents. I think you saw, there's a current case that we have now of a young boy who was killed by his own mother. So we want to continue with these conversations on growing the empowered child. And Brother Ishmael is giving us these pearls of wisdom, these gems of wisdom on how we can practically apply New Thought principles and African mysticism to grow empowered children, because empowered children are our leaders of tomorrow. So it is with deep gratitude and profound appreciation that I introduce to you all our beloved Brother Ishmael. We will applaud from the church. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. Over to you, Brother Ishmael.
Good morning, everyone, wherever you are. I believe technology is our friend and is going to be sweet with us in this morning's conversation. Wherever you are, I thank you very much for your yes in being with me in this program that is very dear to my heart. I trust everybody is hearing me right. So technical team, please confirm to me that everyone is well connected with me.
All good, Brother
They
Ishmael.
say yes to you, my technical team? Right, okay. So I carry on. Once again, I thank you for participating with me in the Growing the Empowered Child program. If you have any questions, please write them so that at the right time, my technical team in South Africa will read them and then we'll see how best we respond to them and we get the full knowledge. Growing the Empowered Child, a formula for world peace. And this is coming to you from Ethereum Mission, the Center for Spiritual Empowerment and Life Mastery, in association with my family in South Africa, Unity Light and Love Center, and a little bit of technical problem here. Please give me a moment so we resolve it so I get my PowerPoint slide. Do I carry on?
All good, Brother Ishmael. Please proceed.
Come again.
All is well. We can hear you
I should
and
do what?
see the presentation. Thank you.
Am I to do something? Yes, I'm waiting, please.
Yes.
What code?
It's here, please.
I wouldn't be able to know that now.
Okay.
Mhm.
We can hear you, Brother Ishmael, and we can see the presentation. You can proceed.
I apologize for the little hold up for technical solutions. Mhm. Can my audience see me? Right, okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate the technical team here. So once again, this is coming to you from Ethereum Mission, the Center for Spiritual Empowerment and Life Mastery in association with my family in South Africa. And I believe many of you are familiar with the Unity Center of Love and Light. And we are presenting to you this program known as the Growing the Empowered Child, a formula for world peace. There are infinite number of formulas that we can give attention to for us to experience world peace. When you meet with people in the battlefield, fighting one another with their guns or whatever, if you were to bring any of them out and ask them, what do you desire most? They'll tell you the opportunity to go home, to celebrate my family, my spouse, my children, have peace and harmony. Meaning that even those fighting, they have one desire: to experience peace, love, and harmony. The aim of Growing the Empowered Child is to show the need to raise children, because that's what we all want. We all feel very passionate about our children. We want to be sure that they have great future, even if we did not have one. This program will also show you how the empowered child is a certain way of birthing world peace. Sometimes we think that world peace is something that will happen in the future, something that will just happen, instead of realizing that it's something we have to culture, we have to cultivate. So we have to cultivate and mother a new world of peace and joy. We're going to school learning from so many things, from archaeology to zoology, and hardly do we have in our curriculum the topic growing empowered child, or even peace principles, or anything that deals with us gaining access to our inner wells. Peace, love, joy, wisdom, they are not things that you just buy in the shop or they come to you. They must be cultivated. And world peace simply means you experiencing peace in your world, your inner world. I'm here, you are there, we could be in the same room, but each of us could be in different worlds. Somebody will be in the world of joy, another will be in the world of harmony, peace, wisdom. Others will be in the world of pain, anger, hatred, and so on. And this is why a wise sage once said that the true character of a society or nation is revealed in how it treats its children. And the question with the world is how are we treating our children? Do we have a uniform program for raising children? When maybe a teenager goes pregnant and gives birth, she instantly becomes a mother without training as to what motherhood requires. This tells us that we are not doing the right thing for ourselves. So we keep praying and crying for peace, and we are doing nothing about it. We're actually nursing something totally opposite to what peace looks like. Peace is not an event that will happen in future. Peace is something we have to cultivate individually. And when I have peace in my world, you have peace in your world, collectively now, we also have global peace. So who is this empowered child who will bring himself or herself to peace? Peace is what you are crying and craving for your child. And the empowered child is a child who is happy, responsible, creative, confident, and with a drive for excellence. We shall understand this as we go on, because many times you want to raise a child to have his or her PhD. In what? PhD in archaeology, chemistry, biology, or something. But you have to raise your child to be happy, not to come up with name, fame, degrees. The child must essentially be happy. And responsible means the child is responsible for his or her thinking, feelings, sensorial perceptions, and actions. Creative means the child knows how he or she can deal with his inner creative abilities. Everybody, whether you are conscious of it or not, you are a male-female being, because you've come into this life through the fusion of the sperm with the male psychological qualities and the ovum with the female psychological qualities. When you know how to stimulate these in you, you are creative, and you can also be creative with one another. Confidence is what we are all praying for. But when we raise our children battered, how can they be confident? And drive for excellence. Excellence is not when you were first in class or when you beat the other person in the race. Excellence is when you did better than your previous best. And in life, you must always be striving to, what do I do better than the way I do it now? We all need peace and creative progress. That's a prayer of every parent. That's a prayer of everybody, every nation, every head of state. That's what you want. If that's what we all pray for deep within, it means that is the essential move of life. Life as a whole is towards creative progress. That's why we desire it. Because we are all units of life, unit of this powerful, purposeful, spontaneous, creative, love, intelligent universe. The problem we're having is this: we have so many philosophies, and they are all very good when The philosophers told us, do unto others what you would like them to do unto you. That's beautiful when we can do that. But the question is, in what ways do we make that happen? We know them all, but the problem is there's no systematic way of, in what way do I love my neighbor as myself? I mean, what is love? Is it the sentiment I feel when I feel aroused for the opposite sex? When we don't know these, then straightway we know that we are lost in many ways. So this is why it's very important that we give attention to this master program, Growing the Empowered Child. Question I will ask you, have you overreacted before? And have you experienced regret before? If you have overreacted before or experienced regret before, these speak of deeper forces controlling you. Overreaction means something bigger than yourself took over and managed your life. And regret means something bigger than yourself made you do something that you did not like. Overreaction simply means for the event that requires 1 ton of emotion, you give 110 tons of emotion. Where did the 100 tons come from? Some pain, some misfortune, some trauma of the past. Regret implies that you had the ability to do the right thing, but you did the wrong thing. So when we can handle these forces, then we are at peace in our inner worlds, because peace is an activity in your inner world. So let's see how we handle this. And this is where we must begin to handle them right from childhood. The fundamental issues are this. If you observe, all inner conflicts start from fear and anger and the loss of the sense of uniqueness. When we don't feel our importance, our value, when we don't feel essential, we keep craving for it, we keep killing for it. What will make a nation build weapons of mass destruction when there's no threat of war? It's fear. So fear is running our individual lives. And big nations are simply run by individuals like you and I. And when they are filled with the forces that make them to overreact and to regret, then they are in the same slavery like the Stone Age person who did not know how to handle his or her anger and fear. Of course, they had good reasons, but they have to run away from danger, from predators, or run for food. But what reasons do we have in this modern age? Is it not strange that in the 21st century, we still resolve issues with guns, killing millions before we think of in what way can we sit and dialogue? Oh, wow. So, all inner conflicts leading to wars in your own soul, because the wars begin with you as an individual. When you're feeling out of sorts with yourself, when you're feeling internal confusion, when you are angry for something you even don't know why, when you wake up and without any good reason, you're just feeling scattered in your soul, you are experiencing inner conflicts. And when these inner conflicts happen, then they express as conflict between you and your spouse, your children, your family, and it grows into other things too. So 3 things fundamentally are the causes for all the inner conflicts, and they are loss of the sense of uniqueness. That is, you lose a sense of self-value. Who and what am I? Am I important? Do I matter? Am I deserving of the goodness of life? Are other people deserving more than me? If so, why? That means you have lost a sense of uniqueness. And when you lose the sense of uniqueness, check your life. You keep trying to be like somebody else to be accepted. What do you do to feel accepted? That is indicating that you might have had experience of the loss of your sense of uniqueness. What do you do to try to be like somebody else? When somebody is praised, you want to do the person's dance so that you are also praised, indicating that you have lost your sense of uniqueness, because no two persons can dance the same way, even if they've learned it with great choreographers. And then fear. Fear is the restriction you seek to put on people, on others around you. And the force of fear means you are forever releasing your energy to bring resistance to somebody. So your energy is no longer available for your own use. And that this can lead you into many states of deprivation. Whilst in fear, therefore, you cannot be happy. You cannot experience your own inner peace, harmony, and joy. Anger is the restriction you seek to put on your own self. And when these two combine with the loss of sense of uniqueness, there's deep internal confusion. If we can heal these three things, then the individual will be on the journey to claim himself, herself, and feel empowered to do and be his or her greatest and best. So let's look at this in detail. The sense of uniqueness generates, when we recover from the sense of uniqueness, you are able to generate positive self-value, positive self-worth. You're no longer seeking to be like somebody to be accepted. You know who and what you are, and this encourages creativity, which is a solution for poverty, indiscipline, immorality. All these are coming from the loss of the sense of uniqueness. And now that we are about to heal it, now we can live our lives and enjoy our own thoughts and feelings. It will also make you to be productive. You have productive vision based on your own inner natural potential. Its opposite is reproductive vision, because what people do is what I call reproductive living. A term we use here is patterned reproductive living, PRT, patterned reproductive. You are just following a pattern, and then you are reproducing the knowledge you have seen somebody produce. But there's something unique that you can do that no one else can do. Something that will make you feel you, special you. Each of us is a unique representation of the infinite. 100 years ago, you may not be here. Now you are here. So know that you are where 100 years ago, you were simply a cosmic idea, a cosmic possibility. And now you are here, meaning you are cosmic possibility in expression. And when I say cosmic, there are about 400 billion galaxies in the universe, each containing hundreds of billions of starry systems with their planetary systems. In our galaxy, Milky Way galaxy, we have the solar system that has our planet Earth. We are just like a drop of water in the ocean. And I want you to know, the whole ocean of life, you are its possibility. Feel that power, so that you don't go through a patterned reproductive living. And when you are restored to your sense of uniqueness, it makes every person an agent for positive change. Because you now know your value. You're no longer reducing you to somebody's value. To seek to be like somebody is to commit what we call spiritual suicide. When we are not having our sense of uniqueness, it makes us be in a state of no value. We are trapped in the cycle of low expectation. Check your life, having a conversation with somebody recently, and I said, you can really type on your phone with 2 fingers. He said, anyway, for my age, I'm better than so many people. I said, check what is happening. You are comparing yourself with those who are low, those who are lower than you. Why don't you challenge you to do something better than that? This person is trapped in the cycle of low expectation. She doesn't expect anything better than what she has or is. And also trapped into the animal fellow sense. All right? If friends are dropouts, if they are drug addicts, if they are violent gangsters, or whatever they are, you want to be the same to feel accepted, belonging, what we call the group animal consciousness. In the same way, you find somebody who is very decent, gentle. When there's rout in the school or in the community, this person will commit the worst crime, and you wonder, you're such a gentle person. He or she has keyed into the animal sense. The majority are doing it, so he's trapped in it. So let's look at fear and anger, the sources of fear and anger in our lives, and if we can do something about them. So I share with you that fear is a restriction you put on yourself, and anger is a restriction you seek to put on others. And the soul rejects restrictions. So that if you put anger on someone, if you seek to suppress somebody, you are a prisoner with the person you have imprisoned. It's like keeping a cork under water. Your hand must always keep it under water because it will be seeking an upward thrust. Same way, if you overcome a nation and you rule them, they will forever be fighting for their freedom. And in South Africa, we fought for so many years with support from many countries, including Ghana, from our first president, Osagyefo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. You'll be seeking every aid to experience your freedom. So these two forces are responsible for the crimes against yourself and community. You are a wholly pure idea of the infinite. The wrongs and the crimes are committed by spiritual forces known as fear and anger. And when you lose a sense of uniqueness, these two forces run your life. When you are in the place of your self-value can check anger and fear, because it will be checking them and saying, this anger I'm going to express, is it going to honor who and what I am as a beloved child of the universe, as a possibility of the universe? These two forces are actually created more by genetic programming and environmental programming. Genetic programming means we have it now in our genes because your parents were having these fears. Animals will be born the first day and they will have the innate ability to know that this lion or this other creature is a predator and I must be careful. As soon as they see, they start looking for their mothers. We all have the same genetic programming, the fears, the anxieties you've had from your parents. And if you check your life, most things you've condemned your parents for, you have done the same things, if not worse. Most things you condemn your parents for, you've done the same, if not worse. So I encourage you to give attention to that. I love something the Bible said, it said, honor your father and your mother so that your days will be long upon the face of the earth. And we think doing that means we are doing something good for them. To honor somebody is to acknowledge what is praiseworthy in the person or of the person and relate with the person from that place. You are not doing that for the good of the person. You are doing it for you because you carry their genes. So whatever characters they have, you have them in some qualities. Now, when you focus on the bad attitudes and the behaviors of your parents, you are giving attention to those genetic seeds in you and you are watering them. So they will grow as your life. So when you identify what is good and praiseworthy in your parents, you are watering those seeds and they grow as your life. And deep within, even the murderer wants to do good. The armed robber wants to do good. Sometimes they've come to rob you just to go and feed their children. So deep within, they want to do some good, but their process is wrong. So focus on what is good and praiseworthy in your parents so that you grow those seeds in your life and as your life. If not, you're going to grow the bad seeds they want to throw away, something they hated themselves for. So you will live your life hating yourself for what they also hated themselves for. And the next is environmental programming from childhood. Psychologists tell us that in a day we sometimes tell our children several times what they cannot do. No, don't do this. No, you can't have that. No, you can't play. You can't go out with those children. You can't play. we are always told what we cannot do, be, or have than what we can do, be, or have. So right from childhood, your toy is dirty. You can't play with the toy. To the child, the toy is his toy. Broken hand, dirty. You find a child playing with the toy and hugging the toy, because to the child, that thing is alive in the child's consciousness. But when we keep giving to our children, programmings of what they cannot do, they grow up feeling limited, handicapped, and disconnected from their own highest good. And these give birth to fear and anger in them. So genetic programming, fears and angers are cultivated right from the very jungle life that we started with. We have to run for food and also run from danger. So we are always running from something. Environmental programming, we are always living with the labels we've been identified with. I did something wrong. I stole does not make me a thief. I stole is the wrong thing I did, but it is not my identity. It is what I did. And what I did is subject to study, so I can know whether it's right, wrong, and to improve something or not. If you check your life, you're all growing with these identities. Bad boy, you are good for nothing. You won't amount to anything. You can't set the world on fire. You see, let me go deeper into this. Deep within, we all created in the possibility image of the universe. Putting it scripturally, Bible says, you were created in the spiritual image and likeness of God. That's Genesis 1, verse 26 to 28. And you are this possibility so good that God blessed you and said, be fruitful. It wasn't prayer, it was a command. Be fruitful. And in addition to being fruitful, and be fruitful is not saying go and have children. No, be fruitful means creating you in my image and likeness. Be fruitful of my natures. So you carry cosmic seed and possibility in you. So be fruitful of these. In addition, multiply them. In addition, replenish the earth with them. In addition, subdue the world with them. And finally, be in dominion with this. Imagine that, as the Bible also told us, the fruit of the Spirit are peace, love, joy, wisdom. Imagine we are multiplying, thinking of, in what ways do I increase the love I am? In what way do I increase the joy, the peace, the wisdom that I am? So, in what way do I bring fruits of love? What fruits of love can I birth today? What fruits of peace, love, joy, wisdom can I birth today? In what way now do I multiply them? In other words, in what way do I make these benefit so many people? Multiply them. They replenish the earth with them. Subdue the world with this. That is our original command and goal. Now, instead of this, divine attributes that we are loaded and coded with, we grew up with labels of bad boy, bad girl, and think of the rest and all the negative labels you've grown up with. You won't amount to anything. You won't set the world on fire. You are stupid. You are good for nothing. You are dumb-headed. You are apple-head. And all of these. Check what happened to you when they were giving you those labels. Something inside you was fighting. So you learned war right away. Your inner self said, yes, I've done something wrong. That doesn't make me a wrong handiwork of life. I've done something wrong. That doesn't make me a wrong handiwork of God. The divine image of perfection in you have been fighting all of those negative labels all along. And sometimes, when it has fought enough, it wants to hide so that it doesn't get under negative label. That's where you start losing confidence, because you don't want to show up in case they will tag you with another negative label. So you're running away from yourself, and the result is loss of confidence. So you see how it all started. When you study the history of many warlords, criminals, murderers, they all had moments in their childhood when they were probably bullied, abused, misused, reduced, and going through all that. Now, they start knowing that that is the right way of living, and sometimes their coping mechanism is to rob, kill, murder somebody who was standing in his or her way to his or her progress. So that this tells us that all of these, the problem started from childhood. And if we have to find solution, we have to go to our childhood. Hence, grow an empowered child. An empowered child is one who is and continues to be free from fear and anger, and who has learned and discovered his or her uniqueness and is able to celebrate his or her uniqueness and the uniqueness of others. As parents, teachers, and adults, we have to focus on growing the empowered child. And when we do that, focusing on growing empowered children, it heals us ourselves. It heals us. I recall years ago, I was teaching my son mathematics. And I helped him to understand it very easily because I realized he was having a problem with the negative numbers on the number line. So 7 minus 9. His mind couldn't grapple with it. And I remembered how I had that problem when I was in secondary school. This time they are learning it in the junior high school. So then I realized, oh, this is how I understood it and resolved it. So I put it into a story form and then shared the story with him, and he got it. So you see, I've healed my own self, and I've used that process to know a better way of sharing it. Now, what was interesting is that some few weeks later, he was chatting with a friend on the phone. I think the friend called him, who was having problem with the number line. And my son used the story I have used for him to teach the other child also on the line how to solve the problem. And I felt so good. That's what you and I must continue to do. You see, my problem genetically was in my son. So when you are raising an empowered child, you will see your problems in your children. And in healing them, you are healing the root cause of those problems that make you to overreact and to live in regret. So that's what we have to do. And there are simple processes. Growing an empowered child, they are all simple games. Basically, you, the mother, the father, the caregiver, as a facilitator, we encourage the growth of the discriminator in the child. That's all we have to do. And as much as possible, don't suggest anything of yourself to the child. With the discriminator awakened, the child is led to face the negative labels he or she had grown up with and is fighting. When mommy called you stupid boy, what did mommy mean when mommy called you stupid boy? Children are black and white thinkers. They are not spectrum or gray shaded thinkers. It's black, white, good, bad. So you have to help them to stimulate their discriminator. So why was mommy angry with you and did this and that to you and called you by this and that label? Let the child tell you. And then you ask the child, the dress you are wearing, who got it for you? Mommy. You find them becoming very interested. Mommy. And the shoe was bought to me by daddy. It was coming from where, and he brought it to me. Sound interested. Oh, yes, that's wonderful. So daddy loves you. Yes, daddy loves you. What about mommy? Mommy bought me the dress. Mommy loves me. Let them be very expressive and then participate in their joy. They slowly, mommy loves you. Daddy loves you. And you said mommy was angry with you. Yes. Why was mommy angry with you? Now they start thinking. And then slowly they come to realize that mommy angry with you and saying you're a bad boy. Does that mean you are a bad boy? No, it was because she was angry. What could have made mommy angry? When she came and I have not washed the dishes, that's why. If you have washed the dishes, will mommy be angry? No. So when mommy said you are a bad boy, was she meaning to be bad to you? No. She was only asking me therefore to go and wash the plates. You have helped the child to create spectrum thinking. The discriminator is just awakened. and start relating other things to spectrum living. So you are leading them to find the intention of their caregivers and parents. Mm-hmm. Right. So, among the many things that we have developed for the children is one that we call the word empowerment game. When you have led children to understand the intentions of their parents, their attitudes towards their parents and caregivers resolve very quickly. Let me go back a bit because this story is very important. I had a friend visiting me from the United States, and we went to church, and he was surprised at seeing the children in the church well disciplined according to him. We have about 3-4 hours church service, and the children were well contained all through. And wanted to know that how was that possible? Because you couldn't keep American children that way. And I just smiled. He asked and I said, when we go to church next week, I'll show you why or how. Impatient American was asking me several times during the week just to explain to him what we do to the children. That will tell you his fascination. And he said after church, he spoke to some of them and he found them well cultured too. So the following week, we went to church and I took him to the children's class and I did something that surprised them. When I walked in, I screamed at the children, "Stupid boys and girls!" They all rose up and they made a statement. It is not about me. Stamping left foot and right foot, 5 words. Left foot, it is not about me. You bad boys and girls, it is not about me. You will amount to nothing. It is not about me. And they kept saying it. And this friend, David, was standing and just watching what was happening. At a point when I've been very mean to them, I started now being sweet to them. I say, you are great children, same way. That's very like me. Beautiful children, that's very like me. Great children, that is very like me. And he was stunned. Today, we haven't grown the Empowered Child in some schools in the US because David found this so important that it is his call that this must be a program to reach the whole world. You see, so when you are raising them and you stimulate the discriminator, the children. So when you are raising them and you stimulate the discriminator, the children grow to realize that the parents' actions, wrong actions, and so on, it is not about them. It's about some pain, some confusion going on in their parents and caregivers. It has nothing to do with them. So we normally take them through some dramas of sometimes being mean, and then they say, that is not like me. It is not about me. Truly, it is not about you. People's wrongs are coming from their limited knowledge and experience. You are not the reason the person was born where he or she was born or conceived where he or she was conceived. It was a person's attitude. Start from where he or she was conceived, where they were born, where they were raised, the schools they attended, the caregivers they met, the pastors and the friends that they've had all along till now. And you cannot be answerable for all that. But the child doesn't know that. So when they go into the "it is not about me" game, we help them also to create what we call the immunization. Basically, we free them from the fear and anger, and then we immunize them so that if they went to the same home, they will not be triggered into fear and anger and lose their confidence. You know, they come very shy, head crestfallen, and timid. And within a matter of coming 3-4 weeks in the program, you find them chest out, able to speak for themselves. Because whatever is happening, it is not about me. Children love secrets. So when we have really taken them through and they have released themselves from fear and anger, we now make all of them to create their secret sign. A secret sign, which means it is not about me. Because if you are with a caregiver or parent and they say or do something, and then you say, it is not about me, they'll consider you rude. Children love secrets, so everybody must make a secret sign. A child's secret sign could just simply be like this. Another child's secret sign will be this. When he does his fingers this way behind his back, it's meaning it is not about me. So when the negative labels from school, parents, caregivers, friends are reaching to them, they have the immunization. That becomes the immunization. It's a very simple thing as just a secret sign to mean it is not about me. And when they are praised, what's your sign of receptivity? Either smile or open your palms and so on. Simple games like this. That's all it takes. And you find a lot of that in the book, Growing an Empowered Child, as my beloved Reverend Tandy Kangletwa has shared with you. Growing an Empowered Child. So, when you've cleansed them, now you can build them to positive words. Now that the soul is cleansed, now you can now put in something good. You always want to wash the plate clean before you put in good food. So we do what we call the word empowerment game. It's a very simple game, but so powerful. Wow. I will encourage you to learn it, take it to your school, to your communities. And there's a whole video on it that teaches you the whole process of the word empowerment game. And all you do in the word empowerment game is to encourage the children to come out with positive words. Children love competition. Let them be in competition for something good, noble, and progressive. In the word empowerment game, all they do is to step out and state a positive word and then act it. In the game, 3 or 4 or more children will group and then they'll play the game. And when you step out and you say a positive word such as, I am kind, you must not repeat that word in that session. If you repeat the word in the session, or you are unable to come out with a positive word in an instant when it gets to your turn, then you step out to the waiters. And it carries on until one child wins with a positive word. And when the child wins with a positive word, the rest of the children will have to celebrate the winning child. So if the winning child, for example, won with, I am kind, then the children will go around the winning child and be celebrating him. You are kind, and we are kind. You are kind, and we are kind. This will make them know that somebody's success does not mean you have been defeated. So when somebody has won, you are part of the person's success. You are not to envy the person's success, but you are to participate in the person's success. The best way to do this is to give you maybe a video clip on it, so you listen to how it goes. Can they hear the sound?
Yeah. The sound is a little bit soft.
Should I go back and play it?
Please do, Brother Ishmael.
Okay.
Otherwise, what we will do, I'll ask Don Wally to send the video to me and we'll share it with the attendees. All is well. Yeah, we're not able to hear the sound.
And yeah, so late.
Brother Ishmael, we cannot hear the video, so I'm asking that If your team can send us the video and then we'll share it with all the attendees. Thank you.
So should I go back? Clinical team, can you resolve that, please? Tell me when I should play.
You can. There we go.
I should play it.
Yes, please proceed.
There's something on your screen, so my screen is not working.
The word empowerment game helps you know the God attributes in you, because you will just be mentioning words. I am alive, I'm African, I am beautiful. You haven't really thought of those words when you are not playing those games. So when you start mentioning the words like I am active, I am bold, I am beautiful, you tend to focus on them. And when you focus on these words, they come into fruition in your life. You tend to be abiding by the words you mention. I'm beautiful. So when you go anywhere, you know that I am beautiful. Everyone who sees me knows I'm beautiful, and you know how to handle situations because of those attributes of God that you are.
When I play the word empowerment game, it makes me feel positive.
The word empowerment game helps you know the God attributes in you.
Yes, I'm moving forward. So, I'm happy eventually you've participated in it. And I can speak about the word empowerment game for 10 hours. It's so simple and yet so powerful. You see, the children will be clapping their hands. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You sitting down and doing this alone helps balance the left and the right hemispheres of your brain, and it creates harmony in your psyche. Whenever you feel yourself anxious, sit down and just do this for just a minute. You realize that there's a balance in you. You start feeling calm. So just doing this. So when they count your virtues, 2, 3, are you unique? If so, there's no way you can be clapping your hands and thinking of a positive word to say and acting the positive word and listening to the positive word of everybody as they are also saying yes in their turn. There's no way you can keep track unless the subconscious mind opens. So the game opens your subconscious mind. And in so doing, the positive words of your positive words as well as the positive words of other participants in the game, they all file in your subconscious mind. And because they've acted it, it becomes like spiritual energies within you. And you embody these positive words as your life. At the end of the game, if the winner was to win with the word alert, then they all celebrate it. You are alert and we are alert. So it's a game, a winner wins for everybody. So powerful. You're not creating a world of negative competition. You're creating a world of complementing one another and celebrating what is beautiful in other people. So it wouldn't be a pull him down world any longer. It will be celebrating the good we see in one another and encouraging more of such good. With this game, the children also increase in positive vocabulary, and it enables them to cultivate positive vision in their lives. Their creative minds are also enlarged and reinforced, because that is what has happened. They learn to enjoy other people's success, and this dissolves negative competition that leads to conflict and wars. Wouldn't you want to participate in this game? It's one of the tools. So you learned how to help the children to be free from fear and anger, and also to step into their values and to embody other positive values of the universe. For them to have their uniqueness, something else you can do, because the game itself brings them to their uniqueness, because they now start focusing on what they are, not just what they are told. The game is bigger than what I can explain in one session, because we have advanced versions of the game. In some of the advanced versions, the group will decide in level 2, we want positive words only from A, S, W. So if you make a word such as kudos, you are out of the game. So it might be A, such as I'm alive, all right, I'm sweet, I'm a winner, A, S, W. So when they choose their words, this will encourage you to focus on just those words. And children, when we tell them next week, the word empowerment game will be from ASW, they all go into their dictionaries and start looking for positive words in ASW that describes them. You are building such a positive world, isn't it? And that helps them to find their own uniqueness within the positive attributes that they have been stating. Sometimes we take them through another game of all the positive words, which of these really feel and looks like you? And then they'll say, oh, this one and that one, kindness and generosity and that. They are now identifying themselves. Another program we use to help them find their uniqueness is to run what we call differentiation. Very simple game. What do you do that is beautiful and different from Mabel? Wonderful. What else do you do that is wonderful and beautiful and different from James? As simple as that. So they pair up, and this person states some names among the group, and they keep stating. Soon they find themselves that this is what I'm gifted in. Another prompt will be, what good are you that can benefit someone? What other good are you that can benefit someone? We do this usually in a group of children around a round table, maybe 10 of them, and it goes much deeper. In the deeper state, a child will have to state the good he is that he or she believes can benefit someone, somebody in the circle or even outside their group. And when they have all done, shared about 2-3 times, now a child would have to say how the good he or she is can benefit this person on the right. And this person will also say how the good he or she is can benefit the person on the right, and keep going in the circle. As it keeps going, they keep realizing how the good they are can build somebody, can help somebody become better. And it's very charming when at the end you find all of them like feeling the sense of closeness and sometimes hugging spontaneously. It's beautiful. So that's a way to help them to find their uniqueness. And you as adults must also grow the adult in you. Grow the child in you. Are you an adult? Who is an adult? Sometimes you don't know when you became an adult. Soon you realize, you are now considered as an adult in a society or community. When did you stop growing? Many people are just children in big bodies. It is not when you transformed or improved your dream or amalgamated, merged it with something nobler. It was when you agreed with yourself that your dream is no longer possible of achievement. Check your childhood dreams. When something good was done to you, and then you said, when I grow up and I will build a house and I will do this. Capture all of those imaginations. The good you believe you could do or be. When did you stop dreaming that big? Check your age and think of how big the dreams were. Are you still dreaming that big? If not, then you have stopped growing. And we have a very simple process. We call it Liberator One Spaceship. Liberator One Spaceship. And I will encourage you, go to any of our websites, ethereummission.com or conscioushumanity.com. Conscious humanity, one word. The word conscious and humanity. And Ethereum is spelled ETHEREAN. That's Ethereum mission. So add a mission, ethereummission.com. On these two websites, I gifted something during my 70th birthday to the world. We call it the Peace Package. Check in the Peace Package. And there's a program, one of the videos or education in the Peace Package is called the Liberator One Spaceship. We call it Liberator One because it frees people so quickly. It's like super spaceship, very fast. It cleanses you. And all you do is to allow your eyes to close and feel you in the anger you have experienced before. But it is that anger, those accumulated angers and fears, that will make you to overreact. That will also amplify your fears and lead you to depressions, anxieties, unneeded worries, and stop you from moving forward in your dreams or even dreaming at all. And it's a very simple process. Feel the fear. Don't run away from your negative emotions. Love them. Feel the negative emotion and then ask yourself, if I do not have this anger, what is my life like? Keep asking and describing your life without the anger. Keep asking several times. If I do not have this anger, what else is my life like? If you can play back your life from birth to age 6, if I don't have this anger, what is my life like? If you're able to meet an event in which you experience real anger, then you change it to, if I do not have this anger, what is my life like? How is this event ending? If I do not have this anger, how else is my life like? And how is this event ending? You are actually recreating and remolding the energies of the past. So they no longer trigger or become part of your negative emotions expressions. If I do not have this fear, what is my life like? Describe yourself in the present tense. My life is this, it is that. Feel you in that event in the past, but describe you in the present tense in that event. Soon you realize this anger dissolving. And even right now, when you are in some negative emotions, apply the same. If you do not have this anger, what is your life like? The variable is to use the word else. If I do not have this anger, my life is in present tense. So you can go to specific age or age range, 0 to age 6. I normally like doing it within the ranges of 0 to age 6. Then we take you to 7 to 12, your lower youth ages, your teenage ages of 13 to 19, and your adult ages 20 to present time. So we can also look at you in specific ages, all right? For example, I can put you into be in your first relationship. If you have had anger in that, be in your first relationship. If you don't have this anger in this relationship, what is your life like? So there are various ways in applying it into the past and then to the present. Whilst you are in anger right now, you can use the same. If I do not have this anger, if I don't have this fear, what is my life like? Describe your life, what it is like without it. It is as simple as that. So we adults also, we have grown with all the child pains in our souls. You need to cleanse you. And some ways of doing it is to practice watchfulness. You do this by acknowledging the pain. Then notice where you are feeling the pain in your body. Then watch the pain from its origin to its ending without judgment. Just observe. By just watching the pain and doing nothing about it, the pain will dissolve. Feel the pain. Acknowledge the pain by feeling it. Notice where you are feeling it in the body. And if it's okay with you, right where you are, take a breath, allow your eyes to close. And recall right now an event that caused you great hurt. It could be something that happened this week or the week before, a month ago, 10 years ago, or some memory that keeps nagging you, hurting you whenever you think about it. And complete the sentence. Start the sentence with me and complete it for yourself. What hurts most is, so you state what hurts most is, and then you complete it and state exactly what hurts most. It could be something you saw, you heard, something you smelled, something that was denied or taken away from you. What hurts most is, and keep stating the full sentence and listen to your body. What hurts most is the way he or she claps, shame on me, or whatever yours is. Listen to your body and contact where you are feeling this sensation in your body. Contact it deeper and deeper and deeper. And when you feel that spot, put a hand there. Just to be sure, then you release your hand. And then feel you in the pain, and simply let's do Liberator One Spaceship by stating, if I don't have this anger, what is my life like? If I don't have this hurt, what is my life like? Begin to describe your life in present tense. Do that now. Now take a deep breath and breathe you to that spot and breathe out. Breathe you to that spot and then breathe out a few times. And I trust you'll be feeling your freedom now. So I trust you found the location, practicing watchfulness. Today I'm happy that now there's a new type of meditation the world is talking about called mindfulness. We've been doing this for 10,000 years. We call it watchfulness. So I believe you have experienced it. The same way you can go into the silence, recall the event, and then realize that it is not about me. You're not the reason the person was born, conceived, raised, where they lived their lives before meeting with you. Sometimes the wrongs people do are the ways they are just trying to cope with life. It's their coping mechanism. I recall once doing a workshop on soul processing in UK, and this elderly man in his early 60s was there with his wife and children, and it was around December. The weather was quite cold. Yet this man stood up and was literally sweating profusely and shared a testimony in the sweat of how, when he was growing up, his father thinking that for him to be strong, he must be raised by his uncle. Probably the father would think that if I raise you, I may spoil you, pamper you. So he lived with the uncle and the cousins. In Africa, we don't have cousins. They were all siblings. And whatever went wrong was put on him. And he would be beaten and so on. Till an old lady in the neighborhood called him and said, Kote, why do you allow yourself to be beaten every time? And when he spoke, the woman said, it is not always that you have to tell the truth. Sometimes you have to lie small. Now, this has therefore come to him as an authority telling him, lie to save your skin. He said, I lie till my friends told me that the day I will speak the truth, the sun will go dark at noontime. And he said, now the children were there and they were all like, wow. But he spoke it out and he felt free in that session. So this man I'm talking about was a very generous man, very helpful. He will drive you anywhere, support you. But he has this character that he couldn't deal with because it's coming from an authority. It's now become his coping mechanism. Can you blame him? If you've married him, you are not the reason why he tells those petty lies. It has developed in his psyche. We must have empathy for one another. It is not about you. Please state it loud. It is not about me. So now that we've learned this, let me take you to some principles that can guide you in raising the empowered child. Then I'll conclude with some few more tools that you can play with. So, principle 1. Sometimes as parents or caregivers, you cannot help but to argue and fight before them. So when you fight before them, when you also love and things are very sweet, let them see the love, sweet moments too. Because sometimes you hide those from them. Number 2, when you deny them something, please explain it to them. Don't just say you cannot have this. Let them know why you cannot offer it at that time. Number 3, beware of the labels. Children grow with the insults you rain on them. And they keep fighting those new identities that are coming from the labels. So they are at war with themselves. You are therefore raising a belligerent youth to adulthood. 4, let your children know that you are not infallible, and that your anger and the things you say to them when you are angry, it's not about them. Let them know how well you mean to them. I recall when my children were of age. Now was 21 and Neil was 18. My wife and I called them to the bedroom and we told them, well, at this age, you are now adults and we want to release you to your adulthood. So after prayers and everything, I now knelt down and begged them that in raising you up, we might have made a few mistakes on the journey, whether few or many. If you are able to grow and realize we've done some mistakes, please pardon us. We did the best we knew how. Quickly, my daughter came in. No, Daddy, you've never done any wrong. You've been so good. I said, nah. There are many things I know now, which if I knew them at the time when you were 1 year old, I would have done much better. Today, I've known them. I've also researched into them, prayed the universe. I've been directed. I even have a course in the book on growing the empowered child. So it means I've become a better parent now. You have learned from us, and you become better parent than we have been to you, so that your children also become better parents than you, and the world become a better place. So we all have our problems. So number 5, create a family character, and let your children participate in it. What must your family be known for? Even if you have a 1-day-old baby, ask that child, what must our family be known for? And listen to what your intuition tells you that the child is telling you. Let all participate in it. Number 6, avoid the stories of fear, the devil story, ghost stories, and if it's possible, please avoid churches that spend more time binding devils and talk about hellfire and brimstone than talking about the absolute goodness of the universe, right? In fact, every church that talks more about salvation, run away, because God has not failed itself for anyone to need salvation. We are here to evolve. We are here for our evolution, not any salvation. Number 7, discipline your child in ways that empower them. You see, discipline is what you do that empowers the child. That makes the child better. Punishment is what you do to just vent out your anger. Yes, you may be angry because of what the child has done, and anger is good when you use it. When anger uses you, when fear uses you, then you are a slave. So, in disciplining a child, let the child know, tell you first some wrong has happened. Let the child explain that wrong to you. Be sure that the child understands that it is wrong. If not, please don't met any pain on the child. Sometimes we may take pains like slapping the child, caning the child, or giving the child even a time out. Some will say, don't whip the child, but give the child a time out. They have the same effect on the child. Whether you give the child a time out, so he stands in the corner with his head in the corner, the child is still feeling pain. What's going on inside the child is what is important, not just what you have done. So let the child explain to you why it is wrong. Now, the child has broken the vase. You ask, no, I didn't did it. Sometimes they speak that interesting English. No, I didn't did it. I only kicked the ball. Then he hit the ceiling. Then he hit the floor. Then he hit the vase. And it broke. So to him, he didn't do anything. He hit the ball on the ground. The ball went to the ceiling. It is the ball's problem, not his. That will tell you lack of spectrum thinking. So the child has not connected his actions and the consequent actions as the cause for the broken vase. And you don't need to make the child go through any pain. It means you have to help the child to understand the sequence. And tomorrow the child learns. And tell the child to give another example of how something he or she has done can cause other consequences later on. Number 8, celebrate the child's achievements, such as his ability to wash his hands or brush his teeth, not when he has passed the examination and gotten grade A. No. When it becomes necessary to correct the error of a child, do not forget to appreciate the goodness first. We have something that I call condemnative correction. Then we have corrective correction. Condemnative correction, you are so wrong, this is so bad. How could you be doing this wrong all the time? That's condemnative correction. Corrective correction will go like this. Son or daughter, you are this good. I recall when you did this good, and that good, and that good. How come you did this wrong? So you are matching the child's ability with the wrong. And because that those good were true, it resonates with the child, and the child realizes, no, I acted less than my ability. And this works for everybody, irrespective of age. Use corrective correction and not condemnative correction. Number 9, praise your child in ways that will make him have value on himself and not in external things. It's a whole story that you can read in the Growing Empowered Child book. Because when we lived in the womb, the sperm and the ovum can survive for only 3 days. But you lived in the womb for 300 days before you were born. As such, when you have been born, you are asking for one question. Am I still one with the one? Because when you were in the womb, you were with the one, feeling the feeling of the one, living the life with the one and of the one. Now that you are out, you are seeing yourself a little tiny thing there with the giants around. You will observe sometimes an adult wants to play with a child, and the child wouldn't want to play. But when the child sees another child, though that the other child is a stranger, they go and start playing. Can't you hear nature's language? By the way, my name is Brother Ishmael Tete. I'm a universal citizen. I come from Africa. Nature is my teacher. Listen and observe nature. So that phenomenon, I've seen it several times, and I say, what's happening? The children are saying, we are the tiny things. These are the giants, the aliens. Right? So the child is asking himself, am I one with the one? That's why sometimes they go to the room, they dress like mommy, so that when they come out and they looking like mommy, what do? If the child is called Tandy, oh, Tandy, you're so cute, you're so nice, look at you. When you acknowledge the child that way, you have ruined the child. Let the child bring his own shoes if he's wearing mommy's shoes. If she's wearing daddy's clothing, bring your own clothing. Let the child wear their own. And don't tell them that your dress is nice. No. Say you are nice in your dress. It's you who is nice in the dress. Look at you, Tandy. You are so beautiful in your shoes. So it's Tandy that is beautiful, not the shoes. When you praise what they have, they grow to believe that their value is measured by what they have and not what they are. And they keep looking to have more. They never know what is enough. They never even settle to enjoy what they have. They keep wanting to have more. You have raised a disempowered adult. So as you can see, it's a whole teaching there on number 9 alone. And then 10 says, don't compare your child unfavorably with other children, except to motivate him or her to greater achievement. And so doing, let the child know that he or she is unique in his or her own way. Helping the child to see how his or her uniqueness can outshine himself. As I shared earlier, excellence is not when you beat the person in the race. Excellence is when you did better than your previous best. So that if last term or last semester you got 40%, and this semester you got 45%, you have performed excellently. At the same time, the person who got 80% in last semester and this semester got 79% has not performed excellently, has performed less than his or her previous best. Then number 11, make full sensory contact with your child. Hug the child, look at the child, smell your child, taste them. Listen to the unspoken messages of your children. That's how I can know that children communicate. And then the last one, let your mind be fully available for your child to freely access the information in your mind and use. Let your child feel like anything he or she wanted to know, they can come to you. When they can feel comfortable coming to tell you their secrets and their wrong things, their right things, you've gotten a friend. Then you can raise a child. And parenting never ends. If you don't do that, they start hiding themselves from you, and you wouldn't know what turmoil, what trauma they're going through for you to support them. So, live the empowered life yourself by start your day focusing on what you want to experience, not what you don't want to experience. Something bad is happening in the office. What do you want to experience? Don't focus on, I don't want my boss to do this and not to do that. What do you want your boss to do? What do you see as happening? What are the possibilities of good? Focus on that. Because if you focus on what you don't want, instead of what you want, you won't get what you want, and you'll get what you don't want. Help your children to also describe. So I'm going to give you 2 or 3 more tools. I trust I can finish them to give you enough time for your contributions and questions. 2 or 3 more tools that you can use to help your children. What we call the ideal world. The ideal world. And we do this also sometimes with a group of children, about 5 or 7 in a round table. There are several ways of doing it. But you can practice it in this simple way. Tell me of the ideal world you know within. The child will tell you, when I grow up, I will be and I will do. That is the child's ideal world. Simply, you are encouraging the child to tell you that ideal world. And sometimes you can make the child to close their eyes and say, tell me, yesterday when we were in the shop, you said when you grow up, you will do this and that and that. Is it true? Yes. Oh, okay, allow your eyes to close and tell me. And when they tell you, sound interested in what they are telling you. My ideal world in one in which this is happening, and the world will be a beautiful place to be in when... Sound interesting. So will it be a beautiful place? So will the whole world become beautiful when your ideal world is happening? Yes, it will be beautiful. And my mommy will be having a nice car. And my daddy will be flying aeroplane. Let them tell you the child that, enthusiasm. All right? Use simple prompts like, tell me more about it. What do you feel? How does the world then look? How does it taste? What will you do to make this happen? And when you start asking that, believe me, you have opened the creativity of the child. What will you do to make this happen? And when they've told you, you tell them, grow your ideal world all the way to present time. We are about to open your eyes soon. Don't open your eyes yet. You are not opening your eyes yet. Now, your ideal world. See your ideal world in 50 years' time. See your ideal world 100 miles all around you. What is the world like? You see and feel the happiness in the child, and that happiness heals you too. Here's another way of doing something good with your child. We call it the good trophy. The good trophy. The child comes from school. You can make it a game in the family. What good have you been today? The child tells you, I helped the woman cross the street. Wonderful. And what other good have you been today? Or the child tells you one good, you also say one good. One good, till one person is told and could not say more good that he or she has done. Simple. It breeds gratitude naturally. So your child grows with gratitude. The child is naturally happy. Remember, an empowered child is a child who is happy, confident, responsible, creative, and with a drive for excellence. The child becomes a force of good because the child is always looking at other ways in which he or she will do some good that is most beautiful. And when the child does some good that is really great after you've done the competition, all right, the child has done greater good. Oh, today, even though I've done more good than you, when you did this one and that one, they were really wonderful. Weren't they? Tell me about it. So the child will now tell you in detail the story of that good. Wouldn't we want such a world? Now, let me give you this one. I love this one. I call it cosmic parenting. Simply put, don't parent your child. Don't be the giver to your child. Don't be the provider for your child. Let the universe provide through you. Because no matter what, it's not everything you can give to your child. Even if you have the whole money in the world, you may not be able to supply the emotional, mental, and the sensorial needs at all times. So your child comes to ask you for a toy, and you don't say, I can't give you, I don't have. No. First, analyze with the child whether the need or the request is really meaningful and useful. If it is, agree with the child, it's good you have this. And you know what? The universe will do it through me. The benevolent universe will provide for it. 2 or 3 days passed, and then Uncle James passed by and gave you $100. What the child wanted because it would be $80. Then you called the child. Kwesi, come. Uncle James passed by and has given me $100. So take and go and buy this book, whatever you wanted, which cost $80. So you're letting the child know that I told you the universe will provide. So universe provided through Uncle James. Another time through Auntie Mary. Another time through Auntie Tandy. And so on. So the child will now grow and will see a benevolent and providing universe. Oh, what peace would that be? The child will now respect everyone as a possible channel of their supply. The master problem of the planet is respect. People go to battle because they feel disrespected, not seen, replaced, rejected, ignored. And the universe will continue to benefit your child. The universe will be a beneficial place for your child. Now, when the universe respects your child, what would that be? When you respect somebody, do you know how you deal with a person? When you grow up and the universe respects you, when the air you are breathing respects you, it will breathe you with some energy you have never thought of before. When the sun respects you, the rays that will shine on you will be different. When the water you're drinking respects you, you'll be tasting something unique. When the earth you're walking on respects you, when you walk on it, the magnetism it will give you will be special, and the food it will feed you with will be amazing. When life as a whole respects you, just think of how you treat the people you respect very much. That's how the universe will treat that child as the child grows up. Wouldn't you want this for your child? A simple practice like this, not known to the world. Raise a child that the universe will respect. By you not being the provider, but pointing to the true provider, the universe, that does it. And from all that you have heard, I may now ask you, do you have a calling to make this program work for you and those you care about? Just what you have received, if that will be put into practice, imagine the world you'll be creating or help to create. So what will happen if you have all of the 16 specific modules in the Growing Empowered Child program and you have brought it to your school system or your community? What do you propose? In what ways do you intend to support, bring this program to your community and the world? Would you want it in your community and the world? Do not say yes. If you have to contribute financially, if you have to contribute in any way to make it happen, or build an institute where this will be taught in, go ahead and do it. Or if you know an institute that you will bring them to learn it, so they teach it, go ahead and do it. Professor Chiwoza, then he was Dr. Chiwoza Bandawe. He read about me from Science of Mind magazine in America. He read about me. I live in Ghana, Africa. I'm a universal citizen. I come from Africa. Nature is my teacher. But he read about me from an American magazine. He flew down to come and learn the Essential Life Education program. Growing the Empowered Child is part of the Essential Life Education program. Soul processing is part of the Essential Life Education program. He learned it. He introduced it to the University of Malawi, and today it is being taught there. What would you also do? What do you propose? You can get more by getting the book Growing the Empowered Child. Another book useful to this will be Possibility Living. I also have workshop on this on our website, I think, Conscious Humanity. We have Possibility Living workshop on Conscious Humanity. And then there's another book, Sex, Communication, and Money. The three powers that rule the world: sex, communication, money. When you rule through them, then you are truly ruling your own life. I have some audios you can also use: the fear release audio, the anger release audio, and another one called Meditation in Paradise. I believe Meditation in Paradise is so powerful. It's available on Conscious Humanity website now. Ebook, you can get it immediately. So with this, I bring this subject to an end. I will appreciate you send your experiences, your assessment of this program, so we know what to change, what to improve, and how best to serve you. Thank you very much. Our website is conscioushumanity.com. So go there, and ethereummission.com. Go there and let's keep learning, let's keep growing. Thank you very much, and peace be your life. Peace. Namaste.
Wow, what more can I say? Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely awesome. I want you. This is powerful stuff. Oh, Brother Ishmael, words cannot actually describe how powerful this is. So let us now begin with questions. Anyone with questions for Brother Ishmael? Do we have any questions on our chat? You can put it on your chat, or you can just raise your hand, and then we take questions. And then after taking questions, we will have a love offering to contribute to this beautiful work that Brother Ishmael is doing. And we will also talk about what are our proposals, how do we go forward with our Family of Ethiopian Mission and Conscious Humanity. I think this is a beginning. This is a beginning. We cannot hear such powerful programs for ourselves, growing the child in us, and for our children, and be complacent about it. So I'm going to also to invite everyone who's attending today to come up with what are our proposal from Unity Center of Love and Light, because we are here by divine appointment. It is our duty now to expand this great work that Brother Ishmael is doing. And it's Brother Ishmael because he calls himself Brother Ishmael, citizen of the universe. It's brother because he's a brother to all of us. Yes, so can we have questions? Reverend Kabelo will facilitate the question time. And after the question time, we'll have the love offerings and His Ocean ears. And then after the love offerings, then Brother Ishmael will close us in prayer. Can we have the questions?
Ref, I'll start by reading what's on the chat.
Yes.
Babum Gomezulu has written that we are so grateful for the teaching. He says someone might argue that these tools produce soft children when the world is needing warriors. That's what is written. Babum Gomezulu, do you want to unmute and maybe say a little bit more? I don't know if he's able in a position to do so.
Let him unmute.
Okay. I think as soon as he comes on, then we can we'll have him. Brother Ishmael is muted. If you can unmute. Brother Ishmael, if you can unmute. There we go.
So can you come with a question again about soft children? Somebody believing that this can raise soft children in the world. Is that the question?
That's the question. Yes.
Set of warriors.
Right. Contrary. This is going to raise empowered child. Remember the definition? A empowered child is a child who is happy, confident, creative, responsible, and with a drive for excellence. Come and see some of our empowered children. I told you how I screamed at them and how they responded. It is not about me. You can feel the inner confidence, the inner energy in them. And power is not your ability to fly in the air and drop fire on the ground. Doing acrobatics in the air and dropping fire on the ground is not power. Power is your ability to have what you want to have, do what you want to do, be what you want to be, that honors you and promotes life. So an empowered child will know how to not box, fight, kick, but get you to do what they want you to do for their good, your good, and the good of the environment. If you observe, all of the work is about their good and how it's also promoting life. All the programs you've heard so far is about that. So they will know how to bring you into alignment to do what is good for yourself, for them, and for the environment. That is true power. Not your ability to shout and scream and show muscles. No. You may be having a lot of muscles, but you may be emotionally weak. The empowered child is emotionally balanced. They don't run from their emotions. They don't run from the fear, the anger, the hatred. They know them, they use them, they embrace them, they use anger. So anger doesn't use them. You use it, else it uses you. They use fear. So fear doesn't use them. They know fear, they can use it. We need the anger too. We can't live without anger. Anger gives us, when you do the demonstrations, anger sets boundaries, saying this cannot happen. So anger, whenever you've told somebody, no, you can't do this, is a demonstration of anger. But in what way are you doing it? That it is bringing benefit to the person and yourself. That is the empowered child we are raising, a powerful being.
Thank you, Brother Ishmael. The question.
I wanted to check with you and ask Brother Ishmael, in terms of doing our own inner work.
I'm not able to hear you.
Um,
If,
okay. We cannot hear Brother Ishmael at the moment.
I think it's,
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, we
I'm
can.
suggesting that since I'm seeing the screen, I'll have somebody read the screen for me. The screen is far away from me. So can you, Wally, please read the next question to me?
Thanks for that, Ishmael, for
Please raise your voice.
not a question or a comment. Thank you, Brother Ishmael, for your enlightening teaching. What you shared about honoring what is good in your parents and knowing that you are actually doing this for yourself was a mind shift for me, because it is then about that honoring myself.
Thank you very much for that observation. And I'm happy it's been a mind shift for you. I recall once chatting with somebody and the person said, what must I honor in my parents when they were just drug addicts and alcoholics and always coming home and feeling scattered? What am I to honor in them? And I said, whatever you see in them is also in you. Dishonor them and you are dishonoring your own genes. You are 50% your mother, 50% your father. Their genes are growing in you. It's a combination that creates the unique you. So look for just one thing that is honorable. In the conversation, she found probably 20 or more things that the father was good in and good at. And that's what you have to focus on. His alcoholic natures and so on has its own story. You don't know his story. We are all victims of victims of victims. Let's show empathy to one another. The next question, you want to read it?
You inner work. Is there a time aspect to it? Do I need to keep on doing inner works?
So when I do inner works, is there a time for it, or do I keep on doing inner works? You cannot live any single hour of your life without doing inner works. Every thinking you are thinking is an inner work. Every feeling is an inner work. We have not been introduced to our real value. The inner is what gives birth to the outer. And we are so much focused on the outer that we've forgotten what we really are as inner beings. So your thinking, your feeling, your sensorial perceptions are all inner works. You are seeing my eyes, but you don't see my seeing. Even if we are in the same room, you are seeing my eyes, but you don't see my seeing. Your ability to see is an inner work. You are hearing what I'm saying, but you are not hearing what I'm hearing. Similarly, you are not tasting what I'm tasting, though we are eating the same food. You are not feeling what I'm touching, though we are all touching the same thing. The senses of sight, smell, taste, touch, and hearing are all spiritual forces. There's a whole teaching on them. Because if you don't know them, then you are really empty. You don't know how your life constituted. How can you succeed in life? So when you learn this, I have a book called Inner Life Mastery. When you get that book, it will guide you to these tools within you and how to gain mastery with your senses, with your thinking, with your feelings. Then you are in true mastery. Mastery starts from within. The Growing Empowered Child program, as you can see, is all about the inner work put into games for children, and they are touching the inner and the outer world as a game and growing. The next one. I believe that's all.
Yes. Yes. I think that's all the questions. Any questions in here? We have people in the chat as well.
I don't know if you can hear.
Can you hear her? Oh, you can come here. I don't know. Yeah. Can you hear her?
Can you hear me, brother?
Yes.
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 For me, I think it's a question on how to empower a child that we so-called, clingy, a child always wanting to be around, always crying for no reason. Is there something probably that we are missing, in that child that she's trying to convey through those emotions? Or are we labeling the child, incorrectly by saying, clingy? I have a niece that's going through that.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
It's interesting. Next week, Sunday in Ghana, right here, I'm launching my 35th book. It's called Break Free. You can have what you want. And it's talking about, among other things, the three traumatic shocks we have been through in life. The first one is called the primary shock. When you were in the womb for 100 lifetimes, and I say 100 lifetimes because the sperm in the ovum can survive for only 3 days. But you lived in the womb for 300 days, meaning 100 lifetimes. When you came out from the womb, you think it was easy for you. Nobody is observing what happened to you in nature. It was a shock. Even the air you would feel on your skin. Imagine when you were in the womb, what you could be feeling on your skin, and suddenly you were out. What could you be feeling on your skin? It would seem like some abrasion, huge abrasion. The sounds you'll be hearing will be like aliens. Those touching you, they'll be like some out of space beings. You went through all of this shock. And some of the children, they take a long time to grow out of the shock. So you find them very agitated, crying a lot, and so on. They hear. If you can, just write this. Life goes ahead of you, providing what you need before you needed it. Speak it in this type of English. The right English is, life goes ahead of you, providing what you need before you need it. But say it this way. Life goes ahead of you, providing what you need before you needed it. And then in a cool voice, explain this to the child. You'll be amazed as you do this for a week or two, the child will now start becoming more sober. There was a time in the womb before the child was born when the child believed that everything I need is being provided, and I can now break out of this comfort zone into another zone. There was a moment of trust with the universe. But when the child was born, the trust was broken because the child felt something different, and there was nobody to whisper to the child that everything is all right. Your first breast milk must go with you telling the child, life goes ahead of you, providing what you need before you needed it, and assuring the child that it's a very safe world, all is okay, but we have forgotten to do that. So before the child was born, there was trust. The sperm in the ovum, when they fuse tiny things, they went into a law of multiplication, where they start developing, growing. And each phase of multiplication or being, life was providing. So the child knows, I'm provided. That's why the child could feel confident to break out to be born. And when the child was born, it was not provision. Even the breathing the air, the first air that rushed into the child's nostril was like an invasion. Capture what you could have felt, reimagine it once again right now, and you will know what the child has gone through. But soon after that was the breast milk. The first breast milk you gave to your child was life telling the child, I've gone ahead of you, providing what you need before you needed it. And the first breast milk contained the colostrum that contained all the antibiotics and what will immunize the child. Life has gone ahead of you, providing what is needed before you would need it. It's a universal law and declaration. But you've forgotten it. So you didn't tell the child that. You didn't also explain that to the child for the child to know it is still all right. You just give the child the first breast milk. And many parents also don't give their children the first breast milk, which contain that energy. Welcome to Africa. Welcome to your spirituality. I'm a universal citizen. I come from Africa. Nature is my teacher. If the child still is sucking breast, you can start giving the child the breast milk with this. But if not, keep talking to the child gently, making the child know that life goes ahead of you, providing what you need before you needed it, and explain it to the child that it's a safe world. What I've just explained is huge for you to be able to know that it is the law. I'm not inventing anything. Life went ahead of you, providing your mother with the breast milk. You didn't pray for it. You didn't decree. You didn't do affirmations. Life went ahead of you, providing what you needed before you needed it. Link yourself with that law. It will provide other needs for you. Thank you for the question.
Wow. The most disempowering thing in the youth is the concept of
so
God.
powerful.
When they find other definition or even questions about its existence, how do we empower children by conveying a lasting understanding of God?
So that's a very big one. One of the most disempowering things this writer said in the youth is a concept about God. And when they start asking questions, usually they will tell you, don't ask, you will go mad. So in what way do we go about this? We need to tell them the truth, that the sky god does not exist. The so-called sky god, a male figure with long beard who will do the things you want for you, does not exist. I'm an African. There is no God out there up there. God is everything that is. God is the life you are living now. God is the air you are breathing, the water you are drinking, the sun that shines on you, the earth you are walking upon. So let us tell them the truth, else they will be totally disconnected from this concept of religion, God. I have a book called The New Era of Spirituality that explains this with the declarations and so on for us to know it's the truth. There's no God up there in the sky. That was an invention. Now, how can we be limited to the concept of God from a people of 7,000 years ago who did not know that the earth is round? And they believe that the earth is flat and supported by 4 pillars. Please, let's tell them also that the Bible is not the word of God. It contains the word of God, and excuse my language, second and third time, it contains the words of some foolish, ignorant people as well. How can the Bible tell me that let your women keep silent in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak? If they want to ask anything, let them ask their husbands in their home. So if they don't have husbands, they can't talk. So they are deficient. How can the Bible tell me that no woman should teach a man? And our first teachers are women. I mean, can that be the word of God? How can the Bible tell me that go and kill the Ammonites and the Hittites and the Amushites, I think, destroy everyone, male, female, children, but the women who are virgins, keep them to yourselves. If they are not virgins, kill them. Can that be the word of God? Meaning, I must go to war in those days with a sword and erection to rape them to see whether they are virgins. If they are virgins, I keep them. If they are not virgins, I kill them. Can that be the word of God?
Yes.
How can it be the word of God that curses the enemy? Accursed is the one that curses. Yeshua taught us something totally different. And we are still with the old paradigm. So we have to tell them the truth. The so-called sky God does not exist. The air you are breathing is God. In the same way that in some countries you have government systems where you have the president of the country, and then we have local leaders like America. So the state of California, different states with their governors. The universe is God. The whole creative, love, intelligent universe is God. And every planet has its governors. On this planet, what gives us life is the air you are breathing, the water you are drinking, the earth you are walking on, the sun that shines on you, bonded by the eaters. These are the representatives of God. So the universal God is God on earth as the life of the air, fire, water, and earth, bonded by the eaters. So when you see the African with a little cloth on the waist, blessing the sun, he's doing the right thing. What you bless, blesses you. Whether you like it or not, the sun is always penetrating into you, creating vitamin D, without which you are dead. What gives you life is life. Life comes from life. We are living beings. We came from life. And the life we have come from are the life of the fire, water, earth, and air that constitute life of the planet, bonded by ether. I believe I've answered.
Yes.
Or I've given some good support.
Yes.
And I believe Unity Light, you have my book also called Fountain of Life. It spoke a lot about God, which can be very useful.
Thank you.
Yes, the writing you have is correct. Life goes ahead of me, providing what I need before I needed it, correct. The right English is before I need it. But the idea is that before you even think of needing, life has already provided it. So it's not your needing that even provided it. Come again.
Okay.
Okay, you put it there. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Wow, this is eye-opening. And some of these ideas are truly revolutionary. But the teachings of Jesus the Christ were revolutionary. And African mysticism is revolutionary. And we have sort of forgotten our true essence, our concept of God. And we have adopted an upside-down concept of God that actually disempowers us rather than empowering us. So thank you, Brother Ishmael, for explaining and expounding on that concept of God as God that is all that there is. So at this point, we have reached our conscious giving time. And I invite you to take your love offerings. As you know, this is on a donation basis. So I invite you to take your love offerings and take out your phones as we give to this work of Brother Ishmael. We want to expand growing the empowered child. Every month during, from now up to November, we will be having a seminar on African spirituality, on Ubuntu. And I truly believe that this work by Brother Ishmael needs to be expanded in our communities, in our country, and in the whole entire planet, and in the African continent as well. So as you give, we give to the expansion of this work. It's not ending today. And Reverend Cabello has put on our bank details there for love offering that we will offer to Brother Ishmael. Have we got the bank details there? Thank you. So you can do, we can do e-wallet. We can do, what else do you do? Cash?
Patient.
PayShap. I didn't know about PayShap. There's PayShap. So that comes there, we can do PayShap. We can do e-wallet. Or we can do a normal transfer. So let us do the blessing as you are doing the transfers and the payments through your phone. And we know that as we give, so we receive, and we give generously. We give from a consciousness of abundance. For God loves a cheerful giver. Let us now bless our gifts. Divine love.
Divine love.
Through me.
Through me.
Blesses and multiplies.
Blesses and multiplies.
All that I am.
All that I am.
All that I give.
All that I give.
And all that I receive.
And all that I receive.
I give with love.
I give with love.
And I trust in God.
And I trust in
I let it be.
I let it be.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Amen.
Amen.
And all these gifts that you are giving now, will be going to Brother Ishmael to continue the work of growing the empowered child.
Amen.
And I invite all of you who are here in your communities. Some of you are working for NGOs, like many I know here, you are working for Hope Worldwide. I see. Hope, you no longer do. Okay. Anyone, any one of you who's working for NGOs, for children, for social workers, we would like to expand this program. It works. We know that it works and would like to expand this program. Brother Ishmael is a beneficial presence to this planet. And we are blessed to be blessed by him. It is not by coincidence, it is by God appointment. Thank you. And so after you have given your gifts, we will request Brother Ishmael to close us in prayer. And we are not closing this, continues with the family of Etherian Mission and the Conscious Humanity and Unity Center of Love and Light. We are coming together as an alliance to push and to promote the work that will transform us in body, mind, and spirit. God bless you. Over to you, Brother Ishmael, for our closing prayer. And I would like to thank everyone who's here. And please make sure that we've got your email address and we've got your details so that we have you in our database for all future meetings and seminars. Closing prayer. Thank
you. Bless God, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Holy is the name of God. In the name of Brother Ishmael Tete, Thandi Klengetwa, blessed is the name of God in every soul that is participating in this sacred work and who takes it a step further. Blessed is the name of God, the I amness, the coming, the becoming of the infinite unto its own self. Blessed is God that is completing itself in and through us. Our Father, Mother God, creative love, intelligence, life that knows itself. Through us, fulfill you. Bring yourself to satisfaction through your units called our lives. We're grateful and thankful that you have taught your world in and through this vehicle called me. I'm eternally grateful and thankful. I'm grateful and thankful that through the vehicle called Reverend Thandi Klengetwa, you have brought this across the waters, across the nations to other lands. And everyone who takes it forward is the sacred seed that is expanding. Your righteousness fulfills itself, and through us, you are brought to your satisfaction. When God is brought to satisfaction by our lives, then we are fully God in revelations and in expression, and so it is. Amen. Thank you very much for the opportunity to serve you. I was once going to do a program in the US, and it was on love offering. So people say, no, when it's love offering, people will think it is very substandard education. I said, in spirituality, you never do anything substandard because everybody is a revelation of the infinite, and you must give your all at all times. And that's what I always do. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh,
peace.